our motivation, right, to do so. And you have to take, I think that we have to say the reality, and I am in favor of taking, the bull by its horns, right? There is no other way, right? But once we understand the problem, then we are going to convince them about the benefits of reading, okay? And besides that, they are also learning, yes, language and culture. We cannot learn language, okay, without culture. See, that's how we're going to retain more information. We're going to learn better information in a more meaningful way. Yes. And the second question, what did you discuss? Second question, right? Does somebody want to share?
Well, for us, is the idea that authentic tests give you how to use idioms, slangs. It's very useful because they're real English.
Yeah, right.
You can relate to it.
Yeah, you can relate to this, right? Imagine if, like an intermediate student, so they know the meaning of dogs and cats, okay? And today is raining cats and dogs. Cats and dogs and falling from the sky. What happened? You see what they don't see? But they see it in the context, they see it in the text, and they do explain. Now they are learning, right? And when it is raining a lot, or they watch a video or discuss it, okay, they are going to remember the information. Yeah, because they saw it in an authentic text, right? Sorry.
Yeah, as a teacher, one of the benefits, or probably the first benefit I would mention to reading authentic text is the ability to participate in a conversation about the topic. For instance, let's say that they read an article about the Brexit, and then if they read it and if they understand it effectively, then they will be able to participate and engage in a conversation.
Yes. Yeah, that's why you have to know this. You have to know your students, right? And also, this is indeed the next slide, right? That you have to know your students, and besides that, you have to build meanings. Okay? When you give a text, the idea is that the reader is going to build his or her own meanings, depending on the life experience, right? So there has to be a connection, right? This is among the factors that influence a lot with the reading comprehension, right? And this is pretty important. I want to emphasize on this, right? There has to be a very strong interaction, right, among the reader, the text, and the context, okay, where the work is developed, right? So you read a text, and then you have to find the idea. So you have to find the way to connect what you read, okay, with their own life, okay? So in that way, so they are going to be also interacting with the text, right? There has to be this interaction. Remember, the reader, the text, and the context. Okay, these factors influence a great deal for a very good reading comprehension, and besides that they are going to really engage into this process, right? And they are going to enjoy it. Why not? Right? That doesn't mean that they are going to read the whole book in one day. Well, I hope so, right? But little by little. You see what I mean? Yes. Because remember, so you start from the reality that people or students don't like to read. Okay. And that's not a prejudice, that's a reality, okay? But how I can transform this reality into developing a taste for reading? Why not? And they will see the benefits, right? Because we are not, as you can see, we are not the native speakers of the language, okay? That's obvious, and the reading is going to give me the elements and the tool to develop, or to produce English more effectively, derived from these factors. Right, and also, we have to take into account, authentic text. Yeah, they will help me a lot, right? And once again, just to wrap up, is to take into account the factor like the student's experience and knowledge. Okay, what Andres made you do at the very beginning, he was making you activate your prior knowledge about the topic, right? Now you are ready for reading, in this case. But now you are enticed. Okay? Have you heard the word enticed? Can you please refresh my memory about what entice means?
Tempting something.
What?
But something's a temptation.
Okay, temptation can be, thank you, right? Entice, seduce. Okay, seduce, right?
Yes.
You see? Are you going to seduce the students?
Well, that's the
That's the, you know, it's more, that's what the meaning, if you're looking at, if you're looking for the meaning in a dictionary, that's what you're going to find, okay? It's going to the note, okay, but no, here we're going to work on connotation. That's the notation, right? You're going to entice, you're going to seduce the students for them to be immersed into the reading process. And why not? And to be in love with the reading process, to enjoy it, okay? That's a good way, right? Do you understand what I mean? Yes, was I clear? Yeah, it's not to seduce, right? Oh, Mario and Andres told us to, no, it's not. I don't want
You're gonna be fired from the
yeah,
institute.
I don't want you to be fired from the school. You see, but just apply. You see, to really to find the essence, right, and the benefits. Okay. Now, okay. Let's continue. Sorry. Oh, this stands for A means Andres.
Okay. So we got only one question here, and then a picture. Yes. Then, before we start talking about this slide, I don't know if you all remember. I guess you remember because it was like some seconds ago, right? The three core concepts of the reading process. Yeah. The reader, the context, and the text. Yeah. And then he emphasized a lot on. He used a lot of words like to love and to enjoy, and then it's like a pleasure, and then all these things. Yeah. Then that makes me think that we can do like a mnemonics here. Yes, you know, for us to remember the three core concepts of the reading process. Yes, reader, text, and context. Yes, and this is what I call the perfect threesome. Yeah, because there is love, because there is pleasure,
In a metaphorical
you
way.
enjoy it. In a metaphorical way, yes.
Now the
And there is
notation
seduction also. Yes, I mean, all right. So this is the question: what do you think is dialogic reading? I mean, we have mentioned here a lot of concepts, and you have also done these kind of exercises here. Any answer you can give? Anything? Any opinion? Yes. You can refer to the picture if you want. Yes. Anything? Probably the key word is dialogue. Yeah. Besides that. Yeah.
I would infer that dialogic reading is reading with the purpose of later discussion.
Exactly. Yeah, let's talk about it. Yeah, I mean, we have a text, and the text is gonna make us speak, to have a dialogue. Yes, to have an interaction between students and the teacher if you want, etc. I mean, we are going to make like a little community there. Yes, we have a text, which is the starting point, and then you have an opinion, the student has another opinion, the teacher is the guide, and then remember that nowadays the teacher is a facilitator of knowledge. Yes. Okay, where do you think the teacher is here? Because I think everybody's looking at different directions, yeah? I mean, if you see this guy, if you see this woman, yes, I mean, this one, I mean, they are not looking at the same spot. And probably they're not looking at the teacher.
The guy with the jacket.
The guy with this one. Yeah, this one. Yeah, he looks like a teacher. But,
Yes, but the attention is in the stage. The teacher is in the stage, but
yeah, probably the teacher is here. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in the real picture, the teacher is more or less here. Here, yes? And these ones are supposed to be their, I don't know, like, let's say like this, like notebooks or something, like an exercise they already did, yes? And then the teacher is going to interact also, yeah? We don't see the teacher there. What is the strategy you think we are doing here? When you ask these kind of questions to the students, where do you think the character is? And what do you think that, like, the title? What do you think about the title? Yeah? I don't know if you can say something about that. We are doing what?
Listening?
Eliciting, exactly, yeah.
Mhm.
Eliciting information from the students.
Yeah.
Maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong. If they're wrong, sorry, anyway, they're gonna be right, yeah? Why? Because there is nothing here. Only the students' imagination, opinion, etc. So you can do that kind of thing also with the text, with another, in another subject even, yeah? In history, in science, in, I don't know, you can make them infer, yes, and predict. Can we?
Yes, yes.
And then I think, well, we have the characteristics here. Yes, the characteristics of this dialogical reading. If you Google it, you're going to find a lot of information about this approach for kids. Yes, I mean, it is like everything is for children, but you can adapt it. Yes, also. Why? Because this kind of approach emerged in the United States, sorry, as a proposal for little kids to read in kindergarten. Yes, and then in elementary school, it was a longitudinal process, you know. They started with a generation of little kids, these kids continued and like that, all right? So, but at the end, logically they, sorry, they were adult people and they still use this kind of strategy, right? And these are the characteristics. We have basically two people, yes, or more, but basically two to have a dialogue, yes, and they are going to become listeners both, yes, questioners both, and both they are going to confirm the audience, right? And the most important point here is that they are going to be active involvers with each other. Yes, I ask you something, you give me something back, and we are going to hook ourselves on that idea, and then to continue having this kind of dialogical discussion. Yeah, but everything is going to be from the text. Yeah, we have a text in this case. Yeah, you can have a, I don't know, a video, you can have a picture, you can have a title like the exercise we did here. I mean, you can use any other kind of material. Yes, can we?
Okay, so I just want to tell you that we are going to be very willing and very happy to share the presentation. Right? Don't worry. So at the end, we will provide the email. So and if you are interested, so we're going to share the presentation. No problems. Only you please send us an email, right? And your money. No, right now. I will give you a number. I am just joking. No, right? We're going to be very glad to share the presentation, right?
The presentation, and if you have some other questions that
yes,
you
some other
can
questions.
answer,
Yes.
feel free yourselves. Yes, and
Yes,
then we
yours.
have also some other characteristics that we have already mentioned here. Yes, but I think we can focus our attention here. Yeah, here. Why? Because ICE is there. They are discussing and they are, but sometimes, as it can happen here, she says something new to you, and then you're gonna ask. Yeah. Okay. Wait. Can you repeat the word you mentioned before? You said before. Yeah, and then we have this kind of interaction, and they are growing together. Yes. So that is the main point here. Yeah. This one, I want to, yes, this is my last slide,
Yeah.
yes. You know, everybody knows this guy, yes? Harmer? 2000, Jeremy Harmer, exactly, yes. This last May, I think it was 27th, yes. He gave a workshop in Mexico City, and I have the privilege to attend the workshop and take a picture also with Jeremy Harmer. And I took advantage of the moment because he's a genius for me. I mean, he's like, oh my God, my idol, yes. And then I asked him, yes, because that was the moment, right? And I asked him, because he asked me, do you have any question about the workshop? And I said, yeah, I have only one question, yes. And the question is, you mentioned about communicative approaches, and then you mentioned that this approach goes a little bit beyond, yes, than communicative approach. Can you give me, I don't know, a little explanation about that in 2 minutes? Yeah? I mean, I felt like if I already read a book, yes, because he's a walking book, yes, he's an alive book, yes, and he said, the difference between communicative and dialogical lies in the idea that, and I remember that, I mean, I was like memorizing, because this is gold, right? Communicative approach logically allows you to express your ideas disregarding language form, and form is grammar. I mean, if you have mistakes, if you don't have inflections, if you say the things in a wrong way, etc., but you communicate, that's the point, and everybody understands each other then, yeah? It is like when you go to the States, I mean, gringos, they don't care about, I mean, if you express yourself, some gringos, yeah? If you express yourself, it's okay, yeah? I mean, you can get this kind of communication. What do you want? I want that. Okay, good, you got it, yeah? But dialogical goes beyond because it provides learners with monitoring language, providing feedback, and growing together in language proficiency according to the level. According to the level is level number one, well, number one. Level number two, conversation classes, etc. But that's the ideal thing. And this is theory. Yeah, how can we put this into practice? Well, with the teacher's experience and talent, even we can speak about talent, yeah. And this idea, sorry, was an idea I got from Jeremy Harmer. That's why I put there 2016. Yeah. So it is a privilege. Yes. And then the next one.
Okay.
He doesn't have a letter, I guess.
No, it's mine. Yeah, thank you. Well, one of the most important elements in dialogical reading is fear. But before I show the concepts, right, I want you please to tell me, I know that all of us have seen this word before. right? Can you please tell me your definition for peer? What do you understand by peer?
Classmate, co-worker.
Okay, co-worker, classmates, what else? Huh? Foreigners. We agree, right? It has to do with it to a certain extent, okay, but it goes beyond, right? It goes beyond according to dialectical reading. Can you please? Yeah, peer. Okay, this is essential, right? Do you notice it has something different a little bit? Well, we have the essence, but we have to go beyond, right? Like P. Look, P, well, that's interaction between learners, and we push the learner, right? There P prompts the learner to say something about the reading, okay? Just what you did. I mean, and not necessarily only about the reading, right? About the video, about the image, about the picture, okay? What about the text? You see? Like it prompts interaction, okay, from the very beginning, right? Before we, in this case, before we read. Yeah? There E stands for evaluating the learner response, right? I am interacting, okay, and I'm checking also on understanding, right? I am asking questions to corroborate information. Yeah? And expands the learner response by rephrasing and adding information to it. Okay, and that's very important. Why or how you also activated students' prior knowledge, right? Because they're going to be interacting, they are going to be responding, okay, and if there was something that is not understood, right, they're going to repeat, they're going to ask questions, right? Just what we do in Spanish, okay? Yeah, when there is not like really good understanding in communication, for example, we ask, okay? I mean, I did not understand this. Can you explain this to me? Okay, what did you say? Right? Or maybe we confirm, right? You said that, okay, for me to be sure. You see? And that we also as a way of evaluating. And it doesn't have to do with, grading. Oh, 100, 90, good, excellent. No, right? It's like I am just corroborating the information that you already gave me, right? And another one is letter R. Stands for repeats the prompts to find out if the learner has learned from the extension, right? And this has to do also with the spiral learning, okay? Like I analyze, I access the information, right? And then I go back. You see, it breaks up entirely with the vertical or linear way, okay? This is what peer stands for in the reading, in the dialogical reading. Okay? It makes sense? Yes. Yeah. Okay, now, Andres is going to apply one activity, based on this, and please, we want you to assume the roles of the students, right? Pretend that now you are students taking class with Andres and me. Oops, right? Okay, please, assume this role, right? Andres is going to conduct this.
Yeah, this is just a fast exercise, a little activity, yes? And for us to do this exercise, please stand up. Yeah. We can stretch out if you want. Yeah. Okay. Then the next step here is I'm going to show you a brief text, yes, and we're going to do it between two people. So this is going to be a diet exercise, yes? Everybody knows the concept, diet? Yeah, diet? No? Only you? In pairs. Yeah, in pairs. This is technically what we call, for example, when we ask the students to work in pairs. So you say, okay, this exercise is going to be a diet exercise. Nobody's going to move because students don't know the concept, but we are teachers, yeah? Okay, so only two people. We have pairs here? Yeah? We don't have trios? Trios, no?
Two.
Yeah, you can do it here, you three, yes? Okay, it doesn't matter. But the thing is that only one person is going to be looking at the text, yes? And then in silence, the person has to read it. It takes only 1 minute, 2 minutes, yeah? And then the other person is going to be looking at those pictures, yeah? So one is going to be looking at those pictures, and then the person who is going to be the reader, logically is going to be looking at the text, yeah? Can you make the decision to, yeah? Yeah? Okay. So you're gonna do the reader? Yes. Yes. Also?
Okay. Make sure please one of you, okay, doesn't see the text. One of you.
One of you. Okay. Very good. Who is the reader? Rodrigo is the reader?
Okay, then you are going to be looking at the
Yes,
picture.
okay.
I'll be looking at the reflection.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah, sure. Don't look at the picture.
Yeah, don't be there.
Yeah.
I want to turn the light off.
Yeah, look at the wall. The wall.
All right. So the readers, my question is, we have a little problem here. You know German because the text is in German. No. I was kidding. All right. So here we go. I want to show you the text. Read it in silence, please. It is a crazy one. Gone? Everybody's done?
Yeah.
Yes? Good? Okay, the other guys, you can turn around, and the reader is going to retell the story to the other person, right?
So there's a story of a guy who was with an inside of all that he has inside is without but then he noticed that there's like right up I guess they're one of those guys or might be the text, or maybe the next